All right. I gotta make sure nobody's over here on Rumble because I think last week I missed a couple on Rumble, so I'm very sorry. Very sorry about that. That was a $15 word. Exclusive suspect in custody for, of course, this is Chicago. Setting woman on fire on Blue Line is supposed to be wearing an ankle monitor. Richard, could you guess what nationality this man this happens to be? The man who happened to set a woman on fire was supposed to be wearing an ankle monitor for his past crimes. Chicago police have detained a suspect in connection with the horrific setting of a woman on fire aboard a Blue Line train on the Loop Monday night, according to a source familiar with the investigation. And the source says the suspect is supposed to be wearing an ankle monitor for pending aggravated battery case. All right, battery. That's physical assault, right, guys? You were arguing about that before, but that means assault, right? We're talking about assault, right? That's physical, beating somebody up. You know what? Let him out. Just give him an ankle monitor or something. What does that Napa do? He cuts the ankle monitor off. Of course. Why would he actually wear it? Now you would think if you removed your ankle monitor that they would just come pick you up and throw you back in jail, right?
He used the same bolt cutters that he used on the bike locks.
Very efficient. It's a dual purpose role. Those bolt cutters have. This is crazy. For pending aggravated battery assault case in which a Cook County judge refused to keep him in custody. Thank you, judges. Very cool.
What judge is that?
I don't remember if I saw the picture for this judge, but my
Was it
mind
one
is
that had a name?
My mind is leaning and an address. My mind is leaning towards a woman, but I don't remember if I saw the specific judge in this case. Okay. CWB is not naming the man because the man has not been criminally charged. But here's what we know. Charges filed. We do have the update. The man who has a history of arson cases.
Wait,
so he no.
Hasn't been charged?
No, he has now. He was not charged originally because they didn't know exactly what happened, I guess. Or they're just inbred retards, whatever you want to say. Anyways. So listen. Pending aggravated battery case. The man also has a history of arson cases. So listen, you can burn buildings, cars, people, assault people. And if you're the right race through restorative justice, you can just be let out. Why? Why would you ever be in public? Was arrested around midday in the Loop as he prepared to board a train near Clark and Washington. We have also learned that, contrary to the initial information released by CPD, there was no argument between the victim and the assailant. This was a targeted attack, no arguing, no interaction beforehand, nothing. Rather, a source said the attack appears completely random and unprovoked. This is basically a mirroring of Irina Zarutska. This is basically what if the video comes out, it is going to be horrifying, disgusting, and almost a one-for-one Irina. About 9:25 p.m. Monday, the 26-year-old woman, they're not releasing the race of the woman, but I can tell you what the race is in just a minute because we have the photos. The 26-year-old woman was sitting on the train using her phone. Like, listen, women, all right, I know you have to use a public transportation for some reason, which I would totally recommend against. If you're in public around these people, you can't be on your phone. You can't. I mean, I don't even know if you can be around these people, right? It's a recipe for disaster. You can't do this.
And using her phone, we mean crazy people on public transportation.
Yeah. There's usually a type. When the man walked up and poured liquid from a beverage bottle on her head, a source said the woman ran through the train car, but he was chasing her, pouring alcohol on her. He caught up with her and set the liquid, as well as portions of his own body, on fire, according to the source. So he just there's a white girl sitting in front of me. I'm gonna take this alcohol bottle because of course I'm drinking on the train like a retarded degenerate. I'm gonna pour it all over, chase her down, and light her on fire. I've seen enough, sir. Electric chair or public hanging. How about that? The woman was now, fortunately, she did not die, although not a good time. Not a good time. Not a good way to go. The woman was taken to Stroger Hospital in critical condition. No one on the train stepped in to help the woman. Again, this is a one-for-one arena. case, and if the footage comes out of this man chasing down this 26-year-old woman while pouring alcohol on her to light her on fire, to murder her because of her race. No one on the train stepped in to help after the woman was set on fire. The source said one witness later told police they saw the woman's phone on fire and initially believed it had exploded, causing flames to spread onto her. Court records show prosecutors asked a Cook County judge to keep the suspect in custody after he was charged with aggravated battery causing great bodily harm in the suburbs this summer. But the judge rejected their request and put him on 24/7 electronic monitoring, according to court records.
Oh, the witness said that they thought her phone exploded.
Richard, we're dealing with Chicago retards, all right? And the witness being unreliable, it's just...
That seems like they're trying to cover for the guy.
It's possible. Less than 3 weeks later, another judge modified the terms of his monitor to let him out of the house during daytime hours. Thanks, judges. According to court documents, 9:25 p.m. Was well after his daily curfew. And again, they were just allowing him out and about. They don't care. The office of Chief Judge Timothy Evans operates the electronic monitoring program that was supposed to keep track of the man. CWB Chicago will name the judges who made the detention decisions if and when the man is charged with the CTA attack. Now I'm trying to remember. Right. All right. Well. Blue Lane fire attacker yelled, "Burn alive, bitch," as the officers took him into custody. If any of you guessed this individual against this type of woman, ding, 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 you win $1. Yay. After being arrested by Chicago police officers in the Loop on Tuesday morning, the man accused of setting a woman on fire aboard a Blue Line train this week spontaneously yelled, "Burn, bitch, burn alive, bitch," according to a newly filed federal criminal complaint. Lawrence Reed, a 50-year-old man on pretrial for release for allegedly knocking a psychiatric ward social worker unconscious in August. You can assault somebody, get charged with aggravated assault for knocking a psychiatrist unconscious 3 months ago, and then you can be out to set a woman on fire, violating your curfew, violating the terms of your release. You've already taken off your ankle monitor that you're supposed to be wearing 24/7. Very nice. Lawrence Reed, 50-year-old man on pretrial release, is federally charged with a terrorist attack or other violence against a mass transportation system. Public execution. In a complaint filed Wednesday morning, an agent of the Federal Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives describes Monday's random attack on a 26-year-old woman in gut-wrenching detail, saying CTA surveillance video showed Reed dousing the woman with gasoline. Oh, so this was straight up premeditated murder then. Not just he happened to have alcohol on him, right?
Yeah.
Dousing the woman with gasoline, igniting her, and watching as she burned before walking away. The allegations describe a sequence of events that began about 20 minutes before the attack, when Reed was recorded at Westside gas station filling a small container with gasoline while wearing the same clothing later seen on CTA's surveillance footage. The complaint says Reed walked from the Citgo, I don't know what Citgo is, I'm not from Chicago, Citgo station towards a nearby Blue Line station at Kedzie in Congress, where CTA records show a transit card linked to him was used to board a train at 9:04 p.m. 9:24 cameras inside the Blue Line train captured the victim sitting in the middle. What am I looking at here? This is the victim right here?
I'm going to believe so.
Is the fire already lit? What am I looking for?
Well, he did apparently light himself on fire as well.
Okay. Cameras inside the Blue Line train captured the victim sitting in the middle of the car while Reed sat at the rear without any apparent interaction. So there was no racial, like, she wasn't yelling the N-word at him, which wouldn't change the outcome, right? You still can't light somebody on fire, even if you don't like mean words. Without any apparent interaction, the affidavit says Reed stood up, approached the woman from behind, removed the cap from the bottle he was holding, and poured the liquid over her head and body. So this is straight up attempted murder. When he tried to ignite the liquid, the woman fought him off and ran towards the front of the train. The complaint said Reed then ignited the bottle itself, dropped it, picked it back up while it burned. So this is him holding the bottle to come over and light her on fire. And she is cowering away from him. The other men, quote unquote, on the train just ignore him. Whatever. I don't care. Not my problem. I'm not going to do anything. Why should I get involved?
Yeah. Bystander says that he thought that her phone caught on fire. Meanwhile, the dude lit a bottle and then poured it over top of her. This is...
I mean, good on you, ma'am. 26-year-old. Like, I mean, this is the same age as my wife, right? When he tried, good on her for fighting him off, though. The woman fought him off more manly than the other people, quote unquote, on the train. Fought him off and ran towards the front of the train. The complaint said Reed then ignited the bottle itself, dropped it, picked it back up while it burned, and used it to set the woman on fire, according to the complaint. Screen captures included in the filing allegedly showing Reed buying the gasoline and walking towards the cowering, soaking wet victim with a flaming bottle. If one image does not sum up American society in 2025 and all of the problems we've been talking about, the cops hate you. The cops don't want you to be armed. But this image right here, this is it, right? Weak, effeminate bystanders allowing this career criminal, to just set your future on fire. But they'll complain about you having a concealed carry gun. You lawful citizen. How dare you? Anyways, we got to let this guy run free, though. I mean, he's just assaulted people and set other people on fire before. It's not like he's a problem to society, okay?
The judge who signed off on his pretrial release needs to be charged as an accomplice in this assault.
The train reached the Clark and Lake platform moments later. Investigators wrote that the victim exited the train while still engulfed in flames and collapsed on the platform, where bystanders rushed to help her. Reed allegedly walked away from the scene. As a CWB Chicago reported on Tuesday, a source said that nobody on the train with the woman and Reed made any effort to assist her as she burned. There is what looks to be a large man here and another woman who I don't really blame the woman for cowering in the back against the this thing, not wanting to get involved, right? If it were a man, I would judge very, very harshly, but I don't blame this woman too much. Responding officers arrived around 9:25 and found the woman lying on her back with severe burns to her face and body. Inside the train, police recovered a melted bottle, a lighter, clothing remains, and what they described as an ignitable liquid pooled on a passenger seat near where the woman had been sitting. Reed was arrested Tuesday morning at around 11:29 a.m. near I-40 West Washington Street after officers spotted him wearing the same clothing seen in both the train and gas station videos. Body-worn camera recordings captured what federal agents described as a fire injuries on Reed's right hand. During the ride to the detective division, Reed repeatedly yelled phrases that included "burn bitch" and "burn alive bitch." According to the affidavit, those statements were described as spontaneous and unprompted. This guy sitting in the back of a police cruiser, arrested on his way to jail, just screaming "burn bitch, burn bitch." Psychotic animal that needs to be put down in public. How's that? How's that for my normie take? The victim's condition was not included in the federal filing, but CPD said on Monday she was in critical condition. Prayers for that young lady. That is absolutely tragic. In April 2020, Reed poured gasoline. Of course he did. Reed poured gasoline along the north end of the Thompson Center and set it ablaze because he had not received his Social Security check. Yeah, pay me or else I will murder people. I don't get my Social Security check, I kill people.
That's terrorism. Why was he not charged?
2020. Different power structure. Prosecutor said at the time he started the fire as Governor J.B. Pritzker, funny name, was preparing to hold his daily COVID-19 press conference inside the building, but there was no indication that Pritzker was targeted or that Reed knew the governor was present. The fire caught on camera from a passerby.
Joe, this nigga came and tried to burn up CTA. Look at this shit. This man came over here and tried to burn up the Thompson Center, Joe. I saw him getting off the damn thing.
It's also tiring. Reed ultimately pleaded guilty to arson and received 2 years of mental health probation.
Judge Arthur Hill.
All right. Uh, 2 years of mental health probation. All right.
You know what, though? To be fair to this judge, he probably wasn't aware of the fire. You know, I bet that the fire alarms probably didn't go off because the batteries were low.
Right. All right. Anyways, despite being arrested 3 times on misdemeanor charges, including twice for battery while on probation, the court deemed his probation performance satisfactory after prosecutors dropped all of those charges. Ah, nice. Coincidentally, the Clark Lake Blue Line station is located in the basement of the Thompson Center. On August 19th, Reed allegedly knocked a social worker unconscious while he was being treated at McNeil Hospital. Ah, 3 months to the day. 3 months to the day. You can knock somebody unconscious and get probation on. He's released on good behavior. All right. In a detention petition filed 3 days after the incident, state prosecutors said that he struck the female social worker about the face with an open hand, causing the victim pain and loss of consciousness.
He knocked her out.
The victim, who was on duty at the time, suffered extreme nausea, severe pain in the eye and head, and difficulty with balance. Yeah, that's called a concussion. That prompted 2 emergency room visits. The petition said she likely has optic nerve bruising and a concussion, causing her to experience memory issues, headaches, and daily nausea. Prosecutor wrote, charging Reed with aggravated battery causing great bodily harm. Despite the allegations, Judge Teresa Molina Gonzalez. Why do I have to do this? Why?
What is it? Majored in sociology. Yeah.
Not a dietitian, let me tell you that. Despite the allegations, Judge Teresa Molina Gonzalez rejected the detention request and ordered Reed released on electronic monitoring rather than being put in jail. While the court clerk's notes described the monitoring as 24/7, a document signed by Molina Gonzalez shows she authorized him to leave the home between 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. on weekdays. Now, keep in mind that this attack happened at 9 o'clock at night. The order also barred him from the psychiatric hospital unless it was a medical emergency. On September 12th, court records show Judge Ralph Mischek. Balletopedia. No picture. No picture for this guy. Modified Reed's electronic monitoring order to allow him out of his home during some daytime hours on Tuesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Neither order would have allowed Reed to be on the CTA or out of his home at 9:35 p.m. on Monday or any day. The case is still pending. Over the last weekend, someone matching Reed's general description set a fire outside his. All right. According to a CPD report, Mayor Brandon Johnson told the press on Monday, while we do not know the motives of this attempted arson, it goes without saying that this type of violence has no place in our politics. Well, I mean, you literally allow it. Yesterday, we asked his office, Johnson, had any evidence that politics played any role in the City Hall fire. We are still waiting for his response. Reed has not been charged with the City Hall fire. He is the 19th person accused of killing or trying to kill someone in Chicago this year while on felony pretrial release. Like, I know how to take this number this 19 people killing or trying to kill people while on pre-release, they know how to get that number down to 0. We incarcerate them, right? We do the job of the justice system, and we incarcerate those people who don't belong in our society. All right. All right. Right. Richard, go ahead and change it for Zany while we're moving on. The Not Horrible series, blah 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 blah. Yeah, great. Thank you very much, Ralph, Teresa Molina Gonzalez, and what's this guy's name again? Arthur Hill. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Your service is greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. Yeah. I don't know. Is there a better image that sums up modern society? Just the Napa with the bottle on fire, waiting to light the cowering woman on fire after he's poured over it with gasoline. And of course, keep in mind that this animal should be in jail. He's already committed. He assaulted somebody in August. He set fire before. He's had 3 assault and battery misdemeanors beforehand, and he just pre-release trial will let them out. Okay. Yeah, clearly setting fire and murdering to feed his starving family. Yeah, they put bread in then their speakers or then their sneakers or whatever they happen to be taking. Which one is this? I did put him in the thumbnail, so I do kind of have to talk about this one. But while we're on the Richard, did you do the thing that Zany asked you to do?
I'm trying to find it. I don't.
Oh, okay. I think I have it somewhere around here.
I'm looking through mine, and I don't.
It might take me a minute to find it. Well, Zany, just send it to Jake. What's your problem, homie? Or just send it to Richard.
I told him to send it to me.
Yeah, just send it to him. He'll get it for you. All right. Well, in case you weren't in a bad enough mood, there's